I'm Chris Richardson. I'm the Associate Director of Criminal Justice Services with the Mental Health Center of Denver. The Mental Health Center of Denver is the largest nonprofit mental health provider in the city. And what we kind of took on this year just kind of came out of our original co-responder team. We have clinicians that ride with officers that started about 5 years ago. Started out with 4, and just through kind of like that partnership, the good work, and being able to respond to people in a very trauma-informed, humanistic kind of way, and connecting them with resources, we were able to expand our co-responder team from 4 to where it's at right now, which is 32, and that's providing services throughout the entire city of Denver in partnership with our law enforcement partners. What we realized pretty quick in January 2019 is that there was still a lot of stuff coming across 911 that officers were taking on that we just kind of were just like, is this something that they actually need to shoulder? They are asked to shoulder a lot in the community. Anything that comes across 911, they're the first ones that are responding, regardless if there's law enforcement or not. And that's been going on for a very long time. And so we just kind of did some internal investigation and heard about this CAHOOTS program in Eugene, Washington. I got to be honest with you, I don't know how they kept this program so quiet for so long, but they've been running it for a decade plus, where it is a civilian social work type person riding with an EMTB and responding to low-level 911 calls where there's not a safety concern, but there's either a behavioral health crisis or something that doesn't require a law enforcement presence. So Denver, a huge contingent of Denver staff went up there, the Mental Health Center of Denver, Denver Police, 911 Comm Center, Denver Justice Project, the Harm Reduction Action Center. And we basically went up there and did some ride-alongs, took the information that they had on here's a different approach to responding to people that really just need help and need something either from a solution or a system navigation or something like that. And we brought that down to Denver. And after about a year of kind of talking and being able to get some funding attached with it, we launched a pilot June 1st of this year. It is a licensed social worker riding with a Denver health paramedic. And it goes 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday as just part of our pilot initiative, primarily in the downtown corridor area of Denver. And so far, over the past soon to be 3 months, we've been over 350 calls for service. Not one of those has led to us having to key up requesting police backup. We were able to resolve most things on scene. And if we did need something like an ambulance, we were able to specifically request an ambulance versus kind of like the previous system, which was everyone kind of shows up and assesses who needs to be there and leaves from there. And what we've noticed is a different take on being contacted by us. It's I'm actually probably a little more dressed up than I normally would be. I'm usually wearing a t-shirt and jeans and jumping out of a van and kind of talking with someone who's dealing with something that just it's catching them on a bad day, and they just want some relief attached with that. And sometimes it's a compassionate ear, sometimes it's transportation to a certain location, sometimes it's I just can't get through the front door of, I want mental health treatment, but I don't know how to access it, and being able to do that in a way that's pretty low barrier. And then it's also kind of just a humanistic harm reduction based approach of, we go on calls occasionally of individuals that have fallen asleep on the sidewalk, and us just being able to very nicely wake them up and say, hey, where can we get you to? Can we get you to at least a bench under a tree? Keep you out of the sun. Here's some water. Here's some resources. Anything else you might need? And that approach is very different for people. They get a little weirded out that we are coming across so nice is what we keep getting. It's like, you guys are being nice. Why? What are you doing that for? And it's just like, it's a different take and different way to connect with people in a very humanistic kind of way. All these calls are coming across 911 call center. And they're being identified as when the call taker is taking it, as long as there's not a safety concern, it's something that we would be able to respond to. And if it kind of raises where it is a safety concern, it's nice because Denver has the ability to tap into a co-responder model where a police officer will be able to go with one of our social workers. So it's really a tiered system of responding to the right call with the right response. And being able to determine whether or not if law enforcement's not needed, then the Star Van can take it on. And if it's something that law enforcement is needed there, then a co-responder can be requested. And if it's something where it's just beyond the scope of even a social worker being part of, then a police kind of take that on and request us as needed. So it really is the right response to the right situation.